Hey everyone, it's Kanga here, and in this video for the tier list of all the exotic weapons within Season 5 of Fortnite. This is being made only a few days after the release of the season, so if any more exotic weapons are released into the game further down the line, that's why you're not finding them on this list here. I'll mainly be basing them on how good they are, just in the sense of how easy they are to get kills with and just use them how they're meant to be used. But obviously I won't be covering them in arena, competitive or tournament situations because they cost 1,225 gold each. And getting that much in an arena or tournament is going to be literally impossible. Having said that though, I will slightly influence my opinion on them based on how fun I think they are, because obviously at the end of the day, Fortnite is all about having a good time. And as I did sort of just mention, most of this will be my opinion, so feel free to disagree with me, just make sure to do it respectfully down below. I also plan on making a few guides related to each specific weapon over the next few days or weeks, so if that's something that interests you, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on if you haven't already. But with that out of the way, let's hop into the first weapon. I'll be starting this list off with the Nighthawk, which can be bought from Mancake at the Butter Barn for 1,225 gold. This weapon is probably the most simple out of all the exotics on this list. It's literally just like the Scope Revolver back from whenever that was in the game, but it's got a thermal on it. This is probably the exotic weapon that I have the least to say about, and it's probably my least favorite as well. It doesn't really have anything special about it that we've never seen before, and we've already got a better thermal weapon in the game, which is the Mandalorian Sniper Rifle. That's obviously going to be a lot easier to get your hands on, so if you like the thermal aspect of it, use that. And if you like the accuracy at a long range, you can just use the heavy assault rifle. It definitely does have its uses in certain scenarios, but I'm just not a fan of the Nighthawk. I think it's the worst of all the exotics, and I'll put it in the D tier. Next up is the Storm Scout Sniper Rifle. Which you can buy from Lexa at Hunter's Haven. Originally, I was going to put this at the bottom of the list. However, when I got it, I actually found I had a lot more fun using it than I originally thought I would. I didn't realize that I had 5 bullets in the clip. Normally with snipers, like all the snipers I had in Fortnite except for the semi-automatic, most of them typically only have 1 bullet in their clip, so I'm just used to shooting once reloading. But with the Storm Scout Sniper Rifle, you actually got 5 bullets, so you can just shoot 5 times at people, and a few times I actually found that it caught people off guard that weren't expecting the second bullet to come so fast, and it could lead to some pretty easy kills. This part has no influence on the weapon itself whatsoever, but it does have a pretty cool sound effect after you shoot, some like thunder, which I thought was pretty neat, didn't really expect it. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, all these exotics do have their own weapon skins, and I think this one, the one for the Storm Scout Sniper Rifle, is one of the coolest. It doesn't do that much damage for a sniper, it is at least a one-shot headshot, so that's good. But only 85 to the body, so unlike the Bolt Sniper Rifle, that's not able to one-shot someone in the body if they've got no shields. The fact that it shows you where the next storm is obviously going to be useful, but once again, since it's not going to be in a competitive scenario, it's debatable on how useful that's going to be in just a normal match of Fortnite. While obviously it is good to know where you're going to need to go, again, if it's just a standard match of Fortnite, it's not the end of the world if you're a bit caught up in the storm regardless. So with all that in mind, I'm going to end up putting the Storm Scout Sniper Rifle in the C tier for this list. Next up is the Boom Sniper Rifle, which you can get from the Splode NPC on that island northwest of Craggy Cliffs. From the start of the season, a lot of people have been hating on it, saying it's terrible because it only does 10 damage when you hit someone and then even only an extra 60, but I had a few different chances to use it, and every single time I had it, I absolutely loved it. I think the key of this weapon is not even so much to think about it as a sniper rifle, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Despite obviously it's got the same bullet drop as a normal sniper rifle, it's even got the same sound effects as the heavy, everything like that, it's even got sniper rifle in the name. If you just view it as like literally a clinger, then your perspective of this weapon is going to change entirely. Think about it this way. You used to only be able to carry a max of 6 clingers at once, and that was devastating. The shots from this sniper rifle don't do as much damage to players or builds, but you can shoot 5 of them at once. Not only that, there's no limit of carrying 6 in your inventory. The limit is how much sniper rifle ammo you have, which multiple times I've had well over 100 of. All it takes is if you shoot someone twice with it, and that's going to hit them for 140 damage, which is more than you would get from hitting someone with a normal sniper rifle anyway. Plus, a lot of people don't consider the collateral effect this can have. If you stick someone with just 1 clinger, and they accidentally walk into their teammate or teammates, you'll also be dealing that 60 damage to not only them, but their teammates. You can end up getting a total of 180 or 240 damage even, just from 1 shot from this thing. Again, like the Storm Scout Sniper Rifle, it's got 5 shots in the clip as I mentioned before, so you can just keep on spamming with it. As annoying as that may sound, it's still really fun and good to use. From the perspective of this being a sniper rifle, it's not incredible, it's not insane, 70 damage isn't the best, but for the reason I listed before, I really enjoy this weapon and I'm going to put it in the B tier. Next up is the Shadow Tracker, or the Suppressed Pistol exotic weapon. This can be bought from Reese in Dirty Docks, and it's probably the most practical of all the exotics in the game. All the other ones have the pretty niche situational uses, whereas this one, there's no bad time to be using this. Each shot that you get marks the location of your target for 30 seconds, so for the next 30 seconds you can see everywhere they go and you can predict their every move. It works great as a follow-up from a shotgun, and you can also hit consistent damage with it from long range. Especially if you've got a really good trigger finger, this weapon's going to be amazing for you, because you can fire off really fast shots with it and catch people off guard, hitting them for 50 or 75 damage before they even realize that you're shooting at them. On top of that, this was really fun and satisfying to use. Initially, I thought this was going to be my favorite of the mythics, but you'll see who that spot's reserved to in a second. It's not really too much to say about the Shadow Tracker, but I'm going to be putting it in the A tier for this tier list. The dub is probably my favorite weapon in Fortnite ever. Hands down, no doubt in mind. The reasoning for this is simple. You take the Flintlock pistol, a gun that I already liked, most people loved. Now, give it 2 charges. It was already incredible, and now you can do that twice. Got a very similar reload time to the Flintlock, and you can do it twice. On top of that, instead of doing a 90 damage like the Flintlock did, the dub can do 150 damage with a headshot. That's nearly 2 times the amount of the Flintlock, and again, you have 2 shots of this, not just one. While the attack may seem better on the surface, since it has more bullets and a faster fire rate, I can say for sure that I'll be taking the dub over it literally any day of the week. Not even just because it's exotic, but simply just how much fun I had using this thing, as you can probably tell on screen now. You can literally, if you've got any more than 10 shotgun ammo, you can just blast around the map until you find someone. Completely destroy them because they've got no idea what weapon using, they're caught off guard, they're scared, they're like, what weapon does this guy have? Why does it sound like that? How is he flying? Again, similarly to what I said about the boom sniper rifle, if you viewed this as less of a shotgun and more of a mobility tool, you're going to get a lot of extra use out of this that you couldn't before. You can practically triple jump above people, you can take height without them noticing. In combination with the bouncer, you can cover incredible distances, not have to worry about fall damage. And even without the bouncer, you still don't have to worry about fall damage as long as you just time it right and shoot before you hit the ground. And even at the end of the day, as I said before, it still just works as a normal shotgun. 150 damage at point blank when you're in someone's box, and you got 2 shots of it, so nearly guaranteed to kill someone when you get in that box with this thing. I'm going to keep playing a few of these clips because I just had so much fun using this weapon, and I really want you guys to see just how good this thing is. But if you couldn't tell, I'm 110% putting the dub at the S tier for this tier list. So, with all that said and done, we ended up with the Nighthawk being at the bottom of the list, followed by the Storm Scout in C tier, Boom Sniper Rifle, Shadow Tracker, and then obviously finishing up with the dub in the S tier. I love the dub so much, but I'm sure that message is going to cross, so I'm going to stop going on about that now. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys did find it useful at all, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share. All those things help me out massively. If you have anything you want me to cover relating to the exotic weapons in Fortnite, let me know down below, as I'm wanting to make as much content on these weapons as possible. Don't forget, if you want to support me as a creator, that's going to be code KANGA in the Fortnite item shop. But otherwise, that's it from me for now, and I will see you all next time. See ya.
So tell me how you really feel, not what you think I want to hear. I've done all I can do on my end. I'll pull you close and overdose all of you till I'm comatose. Together we'll fade like the light that we once were.